how independent candidate got elected to Indian Parliament, the pattern is easily visible. The highest number of independent member of Parliament ever belonged to Uttar Pradesh. The largest number of independent MP were elected from a state to have a history of Khalistani movement. Most of these independent MP were elected during the first 4 Lok Sabha elections. His grandfather was Chief Minister of Maharashtra, defeating Congress, and that also sending INC candidate or the Congress candidate to 3rd position was a miracle. He won the 1991 election as an independent candidate, but he was not allowed to join Indian Parliament. Out of these 11 Bihari independent member of Parliament, CPI did not had a good name or good image in that region. Won the Lok Sabha election as an independent candidate for the highest number of times. Congress expelled him from the party. Even George Fernandes was removed from JDU. Pappu Yadav have a distinct feature. From the year 1951 to 2024, Indian democracy, which witnessed at least 18 Lok Sabha elections, elected at least 254 times such people as member of parliament who were not part of any political party. That means they were independent member of parliament. Out of these 252 independent member of parliament, 11 were from Bihar, and out of these 11 Bihari independent member of parliament, Pappu Yadav have a distinct feature. He is the only independent member of parliament from Bihar who got elected to parliament independent for 3 terms. He is the only person from Bihar. Apart from this state level record to reach parliament as an independent candidate from Bihar, the Pappu Yadav also has many records at national level in terms of his political journey. And for that, we have already made a separate video on the political journey of Pappu Yadav as an independent candidate. You should watch that video. But here in this video, we would like to explain when, who, why and how independent candidate got elected to Indian Parliament from different state in different time span. This includes from 1951 to 2024. That means all 18 Lok Sabha election. The second Lok Sabha election held in 1957 elected the highest number of independent MPs, while the least number was elected in 1991 when only 2 members of parliament were independent. And in 1957 there were 45 independent members of parliament who got elected. This was followed by 2014 election when only 3 independent member of parliament were elected. The highest number of independent member of parliament ever belonged to Uttar Pradesh, where a total number of 39 independent MPs were elected till now, from 1951 in first Lok Sabha election to 2024 18th Lok Sabha election. Uttar Pradesh is followed by Old Madras. Old Madras was a state in colonial times, and that included some parts of Karnataka, some parts of Tamil Nadu, some parts of Kerala, and that Old Madras elected 24 independent member of parliament. Rajasthan had 19, and then Madhya Pradesh and West Bengal each got 17 independent member of parliament elected to the parliament. Then Kerala had 14, 11 each in Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Old Bombay. The least number of independent MP belonged to Karnataka, Delhi and Goa, where only 1 independent MP were elected from 1951 to 2024. The pattern is easily visible from the timeline and the geographical location of these independent MP and their constituencies indicates that the most of these independent MP were elected during the first 4 Lok Sabha election between 1952 and 1967. That means 1952, 1957, 1962 and 1967, when Zamindar were still visible as a strong political force challenging the party system of Indian democracy, especially the Congress, the dominance of Congress. Similarly, the largest number of independent MP were elected from a state or the region that belongs to Zamindari states, or the region that witnessed separatism or the separate movement in the past. For example, in the last Lok Sabha election held in 2024, completed a week ago, saw 7 independent MPs elected to parliament. Out of these 7 independent MPs, 2 have a history of Khalistani movement. They or their family were part of Khalistani movement. One belongs to a person who was part of separatist movement in Jammu and Kashmir. One belongs to Ladakh, which also has a separate movement, and one from Daman and Diu. Similarly, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Karnataka have almost similar number of Lok Sabha seats, but in terms of electing independent MPs, Rajasthan is far ahead of Gujarat and Karnataka. This is because Rajasthan had the largest number of Zamindari states in post-independent India, and some of them refused to agree with the Indian government. Rajasthan has sent a total number of 19 independent member of parliament to Indian parliament, and out of these 19, 15 were elected during first 4 Lok Sabha election. That means from 51 to 67. Only 4 after 67. 4 member of parliament elected after 67. Rajasthan has not sent even a single independent member of parliament since 2009 Lok Sabha election. On the other hand, Karnataka has sent only 1 independent MP to parliament till now, and that also in 2024 election. On the other hand, in Bihar too, out of a total 11 independent member of parliament, Bihar sent to Indian parliament only 4 member of parliament during first 7 Lok Sabha election till 1980s, and all 4 belongs to Zamindari family. For example, first independent member of parliament from Bihar was Kamal Singh. He was the son or the Jamindar of Dumrav Raj. He won 1951-57 Lok Sabha election consecutively as an independent candidate from Buxar Lok Sabha constituency, while the Surya Prakash Puri, son of Mahant of Budhauli in South Bihar, won the 1967 Lok Sabha election from Nawada Lok Sabha constituency. Similarly, BP Mandal, who was son of Jamindar of another Jamindari state called Muhro state, he won the by-election of Madhepura Lok Sabha constituency in 1968. The first independent member of parliament from Bihar who did not belong to any Jamindari family was Kali Prasad Pandey. Kali Prasad Pandey won the Gopalganj Lok Sabha constituency as an independent candidate in 1984 after Congress denied him ticket from the same constituency. He not only defeated Indian National Congress or the Congress official candidate, but he sent that Congress candidate to the 3rd position by defeating Lok Dal candidate Nagina Roy by 1,77,092 votes. One should also remember the fact that 1984 election was held in the same year when Indira Gandhi was killed, and in that election everyone voted Indira Gandhi. In that election Congress won 404 seats, and that also out of 514 total seats. Defeating Congress and that also sending INC candidate or the Congress candidate to 3rd position was a miracle in that election. Before 1982 he was MLA of same Congress party, and that also from same Congress party. Even after winning the Lok Sabha election in 1984, he joined Congress and remained in Congress till 1990s. And Congress gave him ticket to fight Lok Sabha election of 1989, 1991 and 1996. But in all these 3 elections, he lost all 3 as a candidate of Congress. After that, he formed his own party named Bihar Jan Congress and fought Lok Sabha election of 1998 but again lost. Then he joined RJD and fought 1999 Lok Sabha election, again he lost. Then he fought as an independent candidate, again lost and went to 3rd position. Again as an independent candidate in 2004 but again lost. After 2004 Lok Sabha election, Gopalganj Lok Sabha constituency was reserved for SC candidate, and thus he could not fight any Lok Sabha election further or anymore. After that he joined LJP, Lok Janshakti Party of Ramvilas Paswan, and remained General Secretary of the party at a state level. But in 2020 Bihar Assembly election, he again joined Congress to fight the Assembly Lok Sabha, State Assembly election from Kuchketo seat, but he lost again. After him, Pappu Yadav was the second independent member of parliament from Bihar who did not belong to any zamindari family. Though he was a big landlord, but he did not belong to any zamindari family or zamindari state. Though he won the 1991 election as an independent candidate, but he was not allowed to join Indian parliament after alleged electoral rigging during the voting. He joined Indian Parliament after winning Purnia Lok Sabha seat again in 1995 as a by-election. We have made two separate stories on Pappu Yadav and how he managed his independent political identity throughout his political career despite consistent challenge from Lalu Yadav and RJD. Here is one thing that I would like to add to this mystery of Pappu Yadav. And that is to say that he is perhaps the only politician in India, not only in Bihar, but across India, who had won the Lok Sabha election as an independent candidate for more than 3 times without having any backup from any political party or any kind of popular movement and without belonging to any zamindari family. He is perhaps the only person across the country. The person who won the Lok Sabha election as an independent candidate for the highest number of times was Karni Singh, who belongs to Zamindar family of Bikaner. He was basically Zamindar of Bikaner. And when all Lok Sabha seat as an independent candidate from 1951 till 1971 for 5 consecutive times. But he belongs to a Zamindari family. Another person, S.M. Banerjee, who won Lok Sabha election for 4 times as an independent candidate from Kanpur Lok Sabha constituency. Technically, he was an independent candidate, but because he was filing his nomination as an independent candidate. But actually, he was a hardcore labor right activist and an active member of Communist Party of India. And Communist Party of India always campaigned in all of his election. He was fighting as an independent candidate and not as a CPI member, because CPI did not have a good name or good image in that region, in the region around Kanpur, while his personal image was far good and far better. Thus, he also does not qualify as an independent Lok Sabha MP. After him came 2 names. One was Pappu Yadav from Bihar and another was Sansuma Khungur Biswamurthy from Nagaland, and both won Lok Sabha's election as an independent candidate for 3 times. But the difference between Pappu Yadav and Sansuma Khungur is that Sansuma Khungur fought and won the Lok Sabha election out of a popular movement for separate state of Bodoland state, and that was on the high during those times in Nagaland. Even today, that movement is quite strong. He won as an independent candidate in 1998, 1999 and then 2004 again from Kokrajhar Lok Sabha. Kokrajhar Lok Sabha is also a very remote and highly affected from Naxal as well as other separatist movement. Thus, Pappu Yadav is the only independent member of Indian Parliament in India, across India, who won the Lok Sabha election thrice without having any support from any political party or any political popular movement, or without being son or family member of any zamindari state. Pappu Yadav is unique also in the sense that he is perhaps the only politician in India who fought the Lok Sabha election as an independent candidate despite being part of a national political party and without being expelled from that political party to fight against the official candidate of the alliance of that his party or his alliance. Pappu Yadav was member of INC while fighting the Lok Sabha election 2024 from Purnia Lok Sabha against the official candidate of India Alliance, Bima Bharti. He was not expelled by Indian National Congress for this. There is no other example except Pappu Yadav, who fought as an independent candidate Lok Sabha election and being part of a national political party without being expelled from the party. In this Lok Sabha election itself, Another Indian National Congress member, Vishal Patil, whose father was 3-time member of parliament from same Congress, and his grandfather was chief minister of Maharashtra from the same constituency, but he was denied ticket from that Maharashtra Sangli Lok Sabha constituency. But despite that, when Vishal Patil did nomination as an independent candidate from Sangli constituency, Congress expelled him from the party. But Congress did not expel Pappu Yadav for doing the same thing. This is also to note that Pappu Yadav joined the Congress just before 2024 election. While Vishal Patil has been a member of Indian National Congress, or his family were member of Indian National Congress since the days of his grandfather. I mean, at least 4 decades back. Even George Fernandes was removed from JDU when he decided to fight Lok Sabha election 2009 as an independent candidate from Muzaffarpur Lok Sabha constituency against the decision of JDU. It was same Nitish Kumar who expelled him from the party. This is what makes Pappu Yadav special in Indian politics, in the politics of Bihar. But let's leave Pappu Yadav here with the 2 more videos that we made for you on Pappu Yadav and his political journey. And let's turn to other independent candidate who won the Lok Sabha election in India as an independent candidate. Another point that I was making in this video about the election of independent MPs in India was the fact that most of the independent candidates who won the Lok Sabha election after the 1970s belongs to a state that were affected by different kind of insurgencies, including separatism in northeast Punjab, terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, Naxalism in other parts of the country or India. For example, during 1977 Lok Sabha election, 8 independent candidates won the election as an independent candidate. Of these 8 candidates, 4 belong to northeast, 1 to Jammu and Kashmir, 1 to Jamindar of Madhya Pradesh, 1 was Jharkhand, 1 was from Jharkhand, and Jharkhand was Naxal affected state or Naxal affected region at that point of time, and only 1 from poverty stricken Kalahandi Lok Sabha constituency of Odisha. So all these constituencies had some or other kind of separatist or different kind of insurgencies. This 2024 election elected 7 independent MPs who won this Lok Sabha election, and out of these 7, 2 had a close relation with Khalistani separate movement, then 2 had a close relationship with the separate movement in Jammu and Kashmir, 1 belonged to Daman and Diu, and 1 belongs to Maharashtra, and then Pappu Yadav from Bihar. One can also relate the fact that voters moves to an independent candidate whenever the region or that constituency witnessed popular movement and discontent, as happened in Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir after 2019. Farmer protest in Punjab and the removal of 370 in Jammu and Kashmir created some sort of discontent in both the region, and that's why both the state sent 2 members of parliament each in this Lok Sabha election 2024. Another correlation one can make out of from the election of independent candidates in India is the fact that whenever people give one-sided mandate to any political party or any alliance, the number of independent MP got down or got reduced, while the number of independent MP increased whenever there is Lok Sabha election that give fractured mandate. For example, in 2014 when BJP won clear majority, there were only 3 independent MPs. But in 2024, when BJP did not get a clear majority, the number of independent MP increased from 3 to 7. Similarly, in 1989 and 1996, when no party got a clear majority, government collapsed without completing 5 years of its terms. The number of independent MP were in 1989 it was 12, and in 1996 it was 10. And in 1991, when there was clear majority to Congress and Congress government, the number of independent candidate or independent MPs reduced to 2 only. Similarly, in 1967 Lok Sabha election, when INC or Indian National Congress was divided into INCO, I mean the Congress Indira and Congress Original, the number of independent MPs increased from 20 in 1962 to 38 in 1967. Most of these independent candidates fought the Lok Sabha election as an independent candidate due to the absence of a regional political party in that region that can promise their demand or aspiration. Wherever such regional party exists, they don't elect independent MPs. For example, Tamil Nadu has a long history of separate movement in the name of Tamil language, but it did send only 3 independent member of parliament till now, from last 1951 to 2024. Only 3 independent member of parliament. But Ladakh Lok Sabha constituency, on the other hand, sent 4 independent member of parliament till now. Because Ladakh has its own political aspiration promised neither by Indian mainstream political party or Congress, BJP or any other party, or nor by the separatist political party in Jammu and Kashmir like National Conference. So don't take the success of an independent MP merely as a success of one person, but it reflects the social and political journey and the trajectory through which the particular region or the country moves. Keep watching News Hunters. Namaskar.